White water. Hurry up, Grandma, I said as I ran toward the bus stop. I didn't want us to miss the bus. We were going into town to get oats for the mill, and going to town was one of my favorite things. We walked the 6 blocks to the bus stop. It was just a little bit past breakfast, but already 1,000 degrees outside. My feet were on fire, and my throat was as dry as a bone. It felt so good to sit down. But before I could even catch my breath, we had to get up again. Another boy and his mama had come to wait for the bus too. Where we lived, they could get to the stop last and still have first dibs on the bench. They got on the bus first. They paid their fare and took their seats. We got on the bus and paid our fare. Then we got off the bus, walked to the back door, and got on the bus again. Where we lived, that's how we did things. I was so excited about going to town that I barely noticed how tired my legs were getting from standing so long. I saw the boy and his mama sitting in the front of the bus. I'd seen him at the bus stop before, so I waved at him. He smiled back at me. By the time we finally got to town, I was really thirsty. I couldn't wait to run to the drinking fountain and take a big, long drink. I guess that other boy was thinking the same thing. I was so thirsty that even the warm, rusty water tasted okay, but only for a few sips. After those first few sips, it tasted like nasty, muddy, gritty yuck. It just didn't make any sense to me when that boy from the bus kept on drinking. The water he was drinking must be cool. It must be fresh. I was sure it must be pure and icy cold, like mountain water. Suddenly, I just had to know what the white water tasted like. After the boy stopped drinking, I took a step in the direction of his fountain. Michael, my grandmother scolded. Don't you even think about doing anything like that. I stopped in my tracks. But it was too late. The ideas were already flowing. After that, I couldn't concentrate anywhere, not even at school. One moment I'd be in class, then suddenly I'd be crawling on my hands and knees in the hot desert. Out of nowhere, there was a palm tree with a water fountain under it. Above the fountain was a whites-only sign. I got up, opened my mouth, and was about to take a drink when, Michael, the teacher said, would you care to join us today? I snapped at it. All the kids were laughing at me. When I got home, I couldn't concentrate on my chores. I couldn't concentrate on eating. I couldn't even concentrate on taking a bath. All of a sudden, I was sitting in the middle of a giant water fountain. I had my arms open wide and my tongue out, ready to catch a drop. Michael, my grandmother said, you better not be getting any water on the floor. That white water was starting to get me in trouble. That white water was all I could think about. Later, I snuck into town and was standing in front of the fountain. I turned the knob, opened my mouth, and was about to take a big gulp. Then two big police officers grabbed me, handcuffed me, and said they were taking me to jail. I screamed, "Grandma! Grandma!" "Wake up, boy," my grandmother said. "Sounds like you were having a bad dream." When I thought. Wondering about the water was driving me crazy. I couldn't take it anymore. I just had to know what that white water tasted like. So I came up with a plan. I'd go into town alone and get a taste of that white water. In the morning, I pretended I was sick. I waited till my grandmother went to work. If I got caught, she was going to be real mad. But I had to do it. I walked down the road toward the bus stop with my dog, Stewie. Everyone who passes seemed to know I was up to no good. When the bus drivers asked me what I was doing riding alone, I told him I had missed the school bus. He just stared at me. I didn't know what to do, so I stared right back. He must be gotten tired of staring, because he finally pulled his hand off the coin slot. When I finally got to town, I was scared to death. All kinds of things were running through my head. What if I get caught? What if I get hurt? What if they put me in jail forever? But I just had to know what that white water tasted like. I looked both ways. The coast was clear. I took a deep breath and ran toward the bus depot. I ran as fast as I could, and I swear I could hear my grandmother's voice saying, "I got you covered. Now go for it." There was no turning back now. This was it. I took a big gulp. That white water wasn't cool. That white water wasn't fresh. That white water wasn't pure and icy cold, like mountain water. It tasted like nasty, muddy, gritty yuck, just like our water. Then suddenly she appeared, that lady, the one with the boy. But today she was alone. "Boy, you know you don't belong here," she shouted. I was startled and fell down. I was so frightened I couldn't hear what she was saying. Lying on the ground, all I could see was the pipe. I've never seen it from that angle before. The same pipe fed both fountains. Two fountains, two signs, but the same water in both. The signs over the fountains had put a bad idea in my head, but they were a lie. If they weren't real, what else should I question? Maybe there were lots of things, like the nasty old white water, that weren't true, that had nothing to do with nothing. Maybe everything I thought I couldn't do was just in my imagination too. That's when I realized I could do anything. Now I knew, and from that day on, I wouldn't let anything stand in my way.